So guys, in the last class, we have learned about what? Dipole moment, correct? So this dipole moment is used in the calculation of percentage ionic character. Percentage ionic character. And may I know what is actually, what is the purpose of this VACPR thing? We have discussed in the last class, right? VACPR. What is the use of this? Can anyone tell me before going to this topic? What is the use of this VACPR? Yeah. The question is, what is the use of this VACPR? Why did we study VACPR? Yes, guys, trust me, this is very easy. Chemistry is the most easiest to score marks. Okay. So as I shown you the last year this result, CBSE, everyone here has got a chemistry 995. Is my voice audible to everyone? Is it clear and audible to everyone? Is it clear? Yeah. Chitranjan, what about you? Now is it clear for you? Because, yeah. The question I asked was, what is the purpose of VACPR theory? The question is very easy. The answer. If you don't know the answer, please let me know. What is the use of VACPR theory? Correct. I got one of the correct answer now. To determine the shape of the molecule. To determine what? Shape of the molecule. So we should understand what is it actually for. Okay. Fine. To determine shape of the molecule, we use what? VACPR theory. Okay. Now coming to the last class, we discussed about dipole moment. Okay. Dipole moment is used in the calculation percentage of ionic character. In percentage ionic character, we use what? Dipole moment. So guys, what about Chitranjan? Are you able to hear now? Let me check with him. Are you able to hear? Anyone having any difficulty in hearing? Let me know. If you're unable to hear, please restart your system, okay? Please restart the system. Okay. So guys, we should understand what is actually useful. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. So the use of dipole moment is for the calculation of percentage ionic character. So what we do is, there is something called, next page I'll write, percentage ionic character. Percentage ionic character. So this is strictly for the JEE mains or the NEET. Okay. Strictly for the JEE mains or NEET. This is not for the board exam. JEE means CET or whatever it is. Any entrance examination, this is for. This is not for the board exam. Okay. Yeah. So this is nothing but observed dipole moment. Dipole moment to the expected. All these values will be given in the question itself, but we should just know the formula. To the expected dipole moment into 100. Because it is percentage. So we're multiplying by 100. And everyone knows what is a dipole moment. That is charge into distance. Correct? What is dipole moment? Charge into distance. I clearly showed you how in the last class how to do it. by visualization. So guys, for physics, chemistry and maths, okay, we have to have a formula sheet. A A4 size formula sheet you should have, and you should write down these formulas. Which one? The one which I have shown here now in a very small thing. Okay, so this is an important formula. Dipole moment, obviously you will learn. Charge into distance, that's it. If you're done writing down this thing, let me know. Okay. One done. Now, yeah. Perfect. Almost everyone is done. Hydrogen bonding. I think everyone has heard about hydrogen bonding. Correct. But before teaching you this thing, I want to know what is meaning of inter and intra. Meaning of what? Inter and intra. For example, within Karnataka, is it inter? I'm just erasing this thing. Which is correct? If we, I'll just mark the arrow here. Then it'll be more. Within Karnataka, we will say interstate or intrastate. Within Karnataka, if I am traveling, will I say interstate or intrastate? Okay, I got two answers. One is inter, other is intra. If I'm traveling within Karnataka, interstate or intrastate? Let me see. Everyone tell the answer. I want to just see the thing. Intra. For example, guys, if I'm traveling from Karnataka or Bangalore to Kerala, okay, between two different states, correct? How do you classify states? Based on the language we speak, correct? Kerala guys speak Malayalam, Karnataka, Kannada language, correct? So we say what we book through interstate. Interstate for what? From Bangalore to Kerala. Am I correct? If it is within Karnataka, it is called what? Intrastate. Within that particular state is called what? Intrastate. Is it clear for everyone? I'll tell you what. Is everyone clear about this? Intrastate and interstate thing? Because this is very, very important for our learning. Because hydrogen bonding, there are two types. Okay, fine. I'll tell you what is the definition of hydrogen bonding. Fine, then I'll explain the two types. But whenever I teach, okay, the only part which I think is, as a student, if I am being taught, and will I be able to remember this after the class? Okay, will I be able to remember this after the class? Or after the teacher teaches, will I be able to remember this? Okay, so I hope everyone is clear with this. Now, first I'll go with the hydrogen bonding definition. Then I will tell you what is the use of this inter and intra. Fine, guys? So the definition for this, hydrogen bond is an electrostatic, and I will give you the notes also for the same. Electrostatic attractive force between, electricity attractive force between covalently bonded hydrogen atom of one molecule or a part of molecule. This is a molecule, okay? CuLe, MoLeCuLe molecule and an electronegative atom. Electronegative atom. I'll write the example also. If you don't know electronegative atom, what are those? Like chlorine, fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, everything, I'll put it off. Okay, of another molecule. Now I'm going to introduce the two terms. Bracket intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding, or another part of the same molecule, or another part of the same molecule. Bracket intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So guys, I'll come to this explanation once again. So I just want to come to this intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Just like between Bangalore and Kerala, or Karnataka and Kerala. What I use for traveling interstate, because of two different languages those particular areas guys will speak. One is Kannada, other is Malayalam. Correct? Whereas if I'm traveling from, let's say from Kalyan Nagar to Marthahalli, okay, fine, two places in Bangalore. I'll say traveling as what? Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Clear? If it is, why, how do we remember this? Same molecule, another part of the same molecule in the sense, the language, correct? Kannada speaking language. So that is called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. But if it is of a different thing altogether, correct? If it's a different molecule, we'll say that intermolecular hydrogen bonding. That is interstate. This is how we have to remember, because again in entrance examination, okay, there will be what? Objective type questions. Correct? They'll give two examples: intermolecular hydrogen bonding, intramolecular hydrogen bonding. That time we should not get confused. Only if we take the real world examples, then only we can remember this for a longer time. Correct? Or else it will be just like the by hearting the book. That's it. Is it clear for everyone? Obviously, this is covalent bonded hydrogen atom, one molecule, or a part of molecule, and an electronegative atom of another molecule. If it is with what? Another molecule, it is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Or it is another part of the same molecule, it is called what? Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Simple thing. I'll tell you what is the use of this also. Okay, if I copy down this thing, let me know, everyone. Perfect. One more done and I'm off to the next one. Rishabh is done. Yeah, perfect. Now, guys, the importance of these things, okay? Intermolecular, intramolecular, importance. Intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding. It increases the boiling point. It increases what? It increases the boiling point of a compound also increases its water solubility. Again, they can ask this in entrance. Each and every point in the textbook we have to be very clear, thoroughly reading the textbook. In the textbook we have to thoroughly read. Second one is what? Intermolecular is done, intramolecular. Fine. So it will be just the opposite of this. If it is increase, this will be what? Decrease. Decrease in boiling point of the compound and decrease in water solubility. Again, I am using diagrammatic way of teaching like this. Increasing, decreasing, so that it will be in our memory forever. And this is the basic, because in class 12th, once you enter, you have something called organic chemistry. In class in detail, we got lot of hydrogen bonding topics. They'll just mention intermolecular, intramolecular. Okay. And for the same compounds, they'll give increase in boiling point. There will be a lot of compound study. So what happens is that we will get confused. A lot of compounds are there. What will we use? Increasing in a lot of things, decreasing in a lot of things, but only two factors: intermolecular, intramolecular. If you know this now, we are perfect in this. So that's the reason I'm stressing it now here. Okay. If you finish this, let me know. Okay. Very easy topic. These are all very basic, easy topics. These are all, but new to you guys. Okay. Yeah, I think everyone is done in this. Let me go to the next one. Valence bond theory, VBT. Valence bond theory. Okay. So again, we are dealing with what? Covalent bonding. We're dealing with covalent bonding. So a covalent bond, these are all the postulates of that. A covalent bond is formed by the overlapping of valence shell. I'll clearly show you in diagrammatic thing. This thing, no need to worry. Overlapping of valence shell atomic orbital. I am not using orbits. I am using what? Orbitals. Very important. Of two atoms having unpaired electron. Obviously, it should be unpaired. Common sense. Having unpaired electrons. This is my first point. Second point, there should be maximum density. There is maximum electron density. E minus stands for electron, okay? Electron density between the bonding atoms. Then greater the overlapping. You might be wondering what is this overlapping. I'll show you in diagram. No need to worry. Greater the overlapping, okay, greater the strength. Greater the strength of the chemical bond. Next page, I'll clearly show you how it is. If you're done writing this, let me know. These are three postulates. They can ask this in board exam. Means in the class test, theory, they can ask. Okay. 4, 5. One more done, I'm going to the next page. I'll show you, draw and clearly show you this thing, okay? Perfect. Yeah. So I was talking about what? Overlapping. And in the last class, I told something about S, P, D, and F. What is the shape of S? Orbital. These are all orbitals, okay? What is the shape of S? And what is the shape of P? So can you guys type in the Zoom chat and tell me in the chat option, what is the shape of S? Yes. So S is spherical. Now I got the answer now. S is spherical. Very good. S is spherical and P is dumbbell shape. I think everyone has seen a dumbbell, right? The gym equipment, the dumbbell shape, gym equipment dumbbells. Yes, everyone has seen a dumbbell in the gym and all they'll use for the arms development. Everyone has seen that equipment? Dumbbells, they'll say. Is there anyone who hasn't seen the dumbbell in the gym? Yeah, I think everyone knows it. Same shape only. The molecular shape is same only, dumbbell shape. Okay. So guys, it is spherically symmetrical. It's spherical. So since you said spherical, I'll use what? A round shape. So this is my S and S. Correct? Now if it is overlapping in the sense, I'll show you the diagram how it will become if it is getting overlapped. So I'm carefully rubbing down those things, okay? So that you will get an idea about this thing. This is called my SS overlapping. What is it called? SS overlapping. Correct? So this is overlapping on the same axis. This is important for us. Same axis. D and F, I'll tell you, D is double dumbbell shape and F. So just like in the till class 10th, you studied about what? K, L, M, N and all, right? Correct? Now, instead of K, I will study as what? S orbital, P orbital, D orbital and F orbital. And yes, to understand these things, to Nirup and Akash, I send you the videos actually today. So you guys can go through the same, okay, and write the notes for an end of session. I'll discuss about the same. Fine, end of session I'll discuss. Fine, yeah. So kindly do not worry about this D and F. This is orbitals. KLMN you studied till 10th. But once it comes to 11, there is nothing called KLMN because KLMN is what? Orbits. According to Bohr, it is orbits. But in quantum physics, they have proved that whatever this Bohr has told, it is completely false. Okay. Then it came rise to what? Orbitals. Orbitals has got different shape and structure. The molecule will have different shape. So what I'm trying to tell is in the SS overlapping, it will be on the same axis. It will be on the same axis. So the bond formed here is called what? Sigma bond. What is it called? Sigma bond or S bond. Not bond, it is bond. Okay. So guys, I'll write it down for you guys here. Then it will be very clear for you. When covalent bond is formed by overlapping of atomic orbitals along the same axis. It is called sigma bond. Sigma bond or S bond. This is called sigma, SIGMA. Okay. This may be a new term for you. Sigma bond is also called single bond. What is it called? Single bond. This single bond alone won't be there in the book. This out of experience, I'm just telling you. Okay. Yeah. So you can just copy down this thing. So I'm writing down each and everything so that you won't miss anything. This is more than enough for you to understand the entire thing. So guys, the important point in this is what? The overlapping is done on same axis. This is very important. Okay, guys. This, the one which I'm going to draw here, this is very, very important. The same axis thing. Okay. Now sigma bond is done. Now let's come to the next type of bond. That is nothing but what? Pi bond. Pi bond. Do not worry about this. Okay, these pi bonds are also called double or triple bond. And I will tell you what questions will come for your entrance examination as well as your school examination. Fine. So before going to this, some more things I'll try to overlap and show you the thing. Okay. Only here I showed you the SS overlapping. Correct? What happened if it is between S and P? SP overlapping also will show you. SP overlap. Then you will be much more comfortable. This is my infinity symbol. This is my dumbbell shape. Okay. This is my dumbbell shape actually. S and P. Yeah. So this is my end product for what? SP overlapping. This is my end product for SP overlap. Again, in sigma bond, what is the specialty? Same axis. So here, overlapping of the two orbitals. What are the two orbitals? S and P. Overlapping of the two orbitals S and P happen on the same axis. Fine. So then there is one more thing called PP orbital. Through the notes, I will give you that. Okay. In the notes, I will give you the PP orbitals also. Fine. Any doubts up to this to anyone? Do not think any other thing. Okay, fine. Very easy things. Child stuff actually. That's it. So if everyone has finished this drawing, I'll go back to the pi bond. So to Nirup and Adarsh, I have sent you the two videos about Aufbau principle and quantum physics. Okay, you please go through the same thing today. Okay, fine, and send me the notes of the same so that you will get in detail what is this SP and everything. Okay, in detail you will come to know. The orbitals, what is orbital, what is S shell, what is P shell, what is D shell. Okay, Fine. Then if you have got doubts, on Monday's class, after the class, stay back and clear all your doubts. Fine. Yeah. So coming to one more term which I want to tell you. Okay. Half filled orbitals. I am talking about orbitals. S. Just like our KLMN shell. Correct? Here it is what SPD. First orbit can hold how many electrons? Orbit. I'm not talking about orbitals. Orbit can hold how many electrons? 2 electrons, right? Yes or no? Correct? 2 electrons. So suppose it can hold only 1 electron instead of 1, instead of 2 electrons. Okay. If I am just putting only 1 electron, so which means that is half filled. Is everyone clear about this? If I'm putting instead of 2 electrons, if I'm putting only 1 electron, it is called what? Half filled orbital. It is not fully filled. Half only is there. Is it clear? Physical meaning of this. Is everyone clear about this? Half filled orbital. Suppose an orbital can only hold half of the electrons. Correct? This is called half filled electrons. Okay. Now coming to the importance of this. Sigma bond was for what? Same axis overlapping. Correct? Now I will explain. I'll write down here. This is not of same axis. This is sidewise or lateral overlapping. I'll write it down. So this type of bond, this type of bond is formed by the sidewise, okay, or lateral overlapping of two half-filled atomic orbitals. Two half-filled atomic orbitals. So it's very important for us to know these terms. They won't ask you define pi bond or anything. Okay. Fine. And just like our last thing, okay, once I completed this, I'll tell you. Done. So I'll show you the sideways thing. Okay, how it is overlapped. So I'm just drawing the infinity thing in reverse. Okay, the 8, correct? The 8, I'm just drawing it. It should be kind of infinity. I'll draw it somewhat neatly. Okay, guys. I cannot draw it like 8, but kind of 8 also. 8 plus kind of 8. So obviously this will join, we know. So one is up, other is down. Same way up and down. So this is called the sidewise joining of the sidewise. Okay, guys. Sideways overlap. Sidewise overlap of the pi bond. This is a three-dimensional structure actually. Sidewise joining of the overlap of the pi bond. Let me just check whether I can get it to you, this thing. 1 second. One minute. Yeah, I'll just try to get the Google thing. Pi bond overlap. So this is the kind of figure which I want to draw to you. Okay, you can just copy down from this. Yeah. So once you have drawn this, let me know. This is the diagram which I wanted to draw actually. Okay, fine. Sideways overlap. That's the thing. But only thing which I did here is I'll show you. See, one is going like this, other is going down like this and down. This is the sideways overlap of pi bond. Sideways overlap of pi bond. Finished.